Good Friday, good friends. Welcome to our village gathering. We do this most Fridays. It's time for your Friday weekly wrap up, where we pull one card for the collective and single cards for individuals to discuss the week that was. How did it go? How did you do? What did you learn? I'm Christiana Gaudette. I am your Tarot Fairy Godmother, and I am so happy to see you here today. All right, let's get going. We're going to go right on over to CardCam, where you can see I've chosen the Craft Felt Tarot. This is a deck that is near and dear to my heart, and I think near and dear to a lot of your hearts because it actually came out of this village. Gianna Lucci is a village member, and I am so proud of her and so proud of this deck. All right, Angie Whisperer, so good to see you over on Twitch. Yes, you absolutely can. Today, I am streaming live on YouTube, of course, YouTube Vertical, Facebook, and Twitch. So wherever you happen to be, if you would like a card to wrap up your week, let's do it. All right. First thing, we're going to look at the collective, and I want to say a huge thank you to Audrey M. for being the first one I see to remind us what the collective cards are or were. We pulled these on Monday for the collective for the week ahead, and those cards were Magician, Page of Wands, and Eight of Swords. And I remember commenting that this was actually a more positive read than a lot of what we've been getting, even with that Eight of Swords. So let's see now a card for the collective to wrap up the week. And let me know, did you have a good week? I had a good week. Did you have a good week? I had a very Magician, Page of Wands week with only a sprinkling of Eight of Swords, to be honest. Okay. So for the collective, wrapping up the week, oh, I love this. And I particularly love this illustration. Wrapping up the week with the Page of Cups. I think that many of us, kind of let our tender hearts be. And I think we tried to be loving toward ourselves and loving toward each other. And we tried to speak in loving ways, and we tried to hear loving guidance from Spirit. And those things always help. So, what do you think about Page of Cups wrapping up the week for the collective? I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And now we'll get into the individual request. And before we do, I want to say a huge thank you to Claire C. Claire, thank you. Before we even went live, you had already made a donation, a super chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for that. Of course, super chats and super stickers are ways you can show your support for this broadcast and for the work we're doing here. And I so appreciate it. Astro Ascension says, love it. Yeah, I do too. Okay. We will start with the individual requests. If you were here on Monday and you remember what cards you received on Monday, let me know in your request. No worries. If you weren't here or you don't remember, no worries. All right. Angie Whisperer on Twitch, we have the Nine of Pentacles reversed. I love this card, but I don't love it reversed. Angie Whisperer, I do wonder if this week something may have happened. Excuse me. I wonder if this week something may have happened that hurt your confidence. Something may have happened, either financial, emotional, something that made you feel not confident or not secure. Do what you have to do to ground and turn that around. Ground and turn that around so you can feel secure and confident. All right. And I have to say a huge thank you to Terry Rosario. Terry, thank you for being a member And thank you for the generous super chat. Really appreciate that. Coffee Club, drink up. I'm a tea drinker and happy to join you. Thank you so much. I don't know if you noticed, but we have a new graphic. John gave us a new graphic for the Friday Weekly Wrap Up, and it's got this really nice cup with some cards, and the liquid is not quite coffee colored, it's tea colored. I was like, oh, you gave me tea. After 30 years, he knows. But yes, I am in the coffee club because I always want to go to coffee with you. Absolutely. Absolutely. And can't wait to have a cup of coffee with you, Terry Rosario. I think that's happening pretty soon, like in November, if I remember correctly. All right. Here we go. I am actually gonna jump over to vertical first and do Divine Timing and Terry Rosario, and then we'll be starting with Vaishali. All right, so Divine Timing, so good to see you. Knight of Wands reversed, probably not the best week, I gotta tell you. I feel like things didn't go forward the way you wanted, or maybe you didn't feel motivated the way you wanted to be. Let's turn this right side up because you need that motivation and you need that way forward. Divine Timing, it's been a rough week and it's okay to take the time to deal with that and heal from that, but recognize your power is still with you. Terry Rosario, once again, thank you. Really appreciate you. Thanks for being a member and thank you for the super chat. Here is a card for you, Terry Rosario. What's with all the reversals today? Page of Pentacles reversed. Terry, I feel like either there's something very practical you're trying to learn but are worried that you're not going to be able to, or something you're trying to communicate, maybe having to do with your jobby job, that you're worried it's not going to get across the right way. And of course, this is wrapping up for this week. So it makes me wonder, Terry, if this week was a little challenging and if it might have been challenging around learning, communication, and practical things, turning it right side up to welcome that good communication, that good learning, and that good practical grounding going forward. All right. RSDSS, good to see you over on Twitch. The 3D deck again. I don't know if it was her intention that this deck should look like a 3D deck, but it certainly does. I'm glad you noticed that. Let me know, RSDSS, if you'd like a wrap-up card today. Oh, Claire C., I see you coming in saying my pleasure. Well, I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. All right, starting with Vaishali. So good to see you. Monday was justice. All right, tarot people to the front of the room, please. Vaishali got justice on Monday. I'm a weight reader, so I will see justice as card 11. If you're a Thoth reader, you may see justice as card 8 and strength as card 11. That's fine too, but that's not how I see it. That's important for what I'm about to say. Vaishali got justice on Monday, card 11. Now, Vaishali gets the Wheel of Fortune, card 10. Two major arcana cards, pay attention. Two major arcana cards in numerical sequence? Pay extra special attention, don't you agree? And here we need to see a story when we look at these two cards. Justice, about finding your balance, being fair to yourself. Wheel of Fortune, recognizing there are lots of ups and downs. And those ups and downs can be within you, within moods and mood swings. Those ups and downs can be in life in general. But justice tells you that you have to have the internal balance to deal with life's ups and downs. But if you do that, you will go forward with good fortune. Thank you, Vaishali, and I hope everyone enjoyed this mini tarot lesson. Feedback from Terry. Oh, wow. Tarot knows all. New production upgrades has made this week and OT mandatory challenging. Mandatory overtime. Gotcha. Boy, oh boy, these cards know what's up. Yeah, it's true. And I'm sorry you're going through it. I am so sorry. All right, here we go. Smile Soul 20. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 4 years. Can you believe we've been doing this way for 4 years? And thanks for being a moderator. All right, here we go. Smile Soul 20. Oh, we're excited about this because Smile Soul 20, this was the collective card. And so it's so good when you get the card that was also for the collective, because that's like doubly for you. And this week, I think you did a really good job. Smile Soul 20, I think you did a really good job this week, staying in that energy of love, staying in that energy of openness, staying in that energy of kind communication. So very well done, Smile Soul 20. And I think this card kind of comes with you forward. It's a great thing. All right. Hey, RSDSS, I like this. Justice and Wheel of Fortune make me think of the karmic cycle. If they believe in that, my guess, I don't know Vaishali that well, but my guess is Vaishali probably does. So Vaishali, I hope you heard that. That's an interesting thing there. I like that. The Solid Box, I see you. Astro Ascension, I see you. You are in the queue. Going next to Pip. Pip, thanks for being a member for more than 2 years. Thanks for using members only emojis. We're going to do you, Pamela, who is also a member, and Pamela's daughter. Your Monday card was the King of Swords. I remember. And now you have the Knight of Pentacles. And the fact that it's 2 court cards really lets us know that people and your relationships with people are very important right now. You're doing what you have to do to move forward in terms of your intelligence with that king, but in terms of the Knight, you are moving forward with the practical matters as well, doing what you have to do to shore up your income and make sure you're doing what you need to do. Very well done all the way across. For Pamela, so good to see you, Pamela. Thanks for being a member. Ace of Wands. This week, you may have gotten some new inspiration, something that reignited your passion, which is something we all always need. Good things. Good things. Vaishali, you are very welcome. And Pip has also requested for Pamela's daughter, Empress. So this week, I think you may have been thinking about family cycles and whatever healing you need to do there. You may also be thinking about your own productivity and how you're going to make that happen. All right. Who's up next? It's Candy B. Candy, thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate you. We're going to do you and Marlon. So you had the 4 of Swords, excuse me. You had the 4 of Swords on Monday. And now the Knight of Wands. And I feel like you did a good job, both internally and externally this week. You did a good job with your own personal healing, but you also did a good job with your strength and your power going forward. So this week, I think you found how you can be both internal and external, and your external self is a creative leader. Now for Marlon. Marlon had the 3 of Pentacles reversed, and now the 9 of Wands. And this could definitely be work-related, but also personal, where it feels like it was a tough week. And it feels like you had to be very vigilant to take care of what you needed to take care of. You might have also been a little defensive, maybe necessary, maybe not necessary. That's up to you to figure out. All right, Candy B says, always a pleasure. It is so nice to see you. Carolina McMahon, I'm happy to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member, and thanks for using members-only emojis. So we are wrapping you up with the 10 of Cups reversed. Now, I don't know if this is about your family of origin, the family in which you now live, but I really get this sense. I really get this sense that you are not feeling good about it. You know, that this week things may not have gone the way you wanted, and you're not feeling the support of the people who should be there to support you. And that's hard. It's important that you recognize that you do have people who support you and that you will be able to build what you want to build. Christina R., so good to see you. Thanks for being here. We're going to do you, your mom, and your sister. Monday, you had the 9 of Swords reversed. And now the 4 of Cups. And I feel like you are smartly refusing the things that aren't right for you rather than letting yourself feel desperate. And that is the right thing to do. That is very appropriate. Now, for Karen, we had the 8 of Pentacles and now the 8 of Wands. Excuse me, the 8 of Swords. So the fact that we have two 8s. One is the 8 of Pentacles, which is good, and one is the 8 of Swords, which is less good. I feel like it was a very mixed week, Karen. There were some things that went very well, but some other things that caused you anxiety. And 4 of Swords for Kim. Okay, so Kim started with the 4 of Swords and now the 4 of Wands reversed. So this is very interesting. Isn't it interesting that Christina asked for 3 people, herself, her mom, and her sister. Her mom both had 2 8s this week. Her sister has 2 4s this week. I'm not sure what that says about the family, except that there is certainly some family connection that is positive. So what am I going to say about this for Kim? I feel like with everything you're going through, there are concerns with cohesiveness within your community. And I think you're trying to figure out who is really supportive of you and who is making your life harder. And figuring that out is going to be important. Baby Angel, I want to welcome you. I feel like, I don't know if I've seen you here before. If I have, it has not been recently. So thanks so much for being here. I am sure that people will not mind. In welcoming a new person, we're going to jump you ahead of the line. Because you're new and we're so happy to see you. So welcome, baby angel. Here's a card for you. 2 of Pentacles reversed. I feel like this week has been trying. You may feel like you don't have enough time, enough energy. Oh, baby angel, you've been here before, but not for a while. Miss you lots. Well, we miss you. But we can see you've been busy, like especially this past week, baby angel. This card is for you. And it feels like you haven't felt like you have enough of whatever. Time, money, energy. Maybe you're not feeling like you're enough. Maybe there's a lot pulling at you. You need to know going forward that you will have what you need. I think it's interesting that this person is wearing a lot of hats. And that can really talk about all the things you have to do. Don't stress, you'll get there. All right, The solid box has been waiting very patiently over on vertical. I'm going to jump you as well. Good to see you. For the solid box, Seven of Pentacles. This is such a hard card because for some people it means great harvest. For some people it means really hard work on the way to great harvest. And for some people it means like, don't even try. For you, what I'm going to say, the solid box, is you did try. It was hard, but you did get somewhere and you are getting somewhere. So keep doing it. All right, there we go. Juby Wright, you are up next. So great to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members only emojis. Let's see. Your Monday card was the Nine of Wands. And now the Magician, not so happily, reversed. We don't love the Magician reversed. So I feel like this week communication may have been hard, learning may have been hard, and you may have had some issues with confidence. You may have been feeling like you're not where you need to be, you're doing what you need to be doing. And that's hard, but let's turn this right side up. And because we know you do, Juby, we know you have what you need and you will going forward. Oh, and Baby Angel says, thanks so much. Had too much going on for a long while. Understood, but I hope we see you here again soon. Thanks for being here. Melissa Grosso, my good friend, and this month it's important to recognize my almost birthday twin. We both have birthdays coming up just one day apart. Melissa, thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 3 years. Thanks for using members only emojis. All right. You started with the Devil. Oh, I love this though. You started with the Devil, but now the Four of Pentacles reversed. Having a hard time getting the suit names out today. The Four of Pentacles reversed. So I'm not turning this right side up because I think this is a perfect story. Like you're really doing your shadow work. You're really doing what you need to do. The result of which is, and energetically is already happening, and opening. What is happening is an opening. What is happening here, Melissa? The energy that you're moving around is giving you an opening for new chapters. You are doing the energy work. You've been doing the energy work all along, but with a special focus this week. Energy work to create opening for new opportunities. That's what's happening. Okay. Audrey M., so great to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 2 years, and thanks for using members only emojis. Monday, I had the King of Wands. I love that card for you. Could I have a wrap-up card? I'm perturbed. All right. You started with the King of Wands, which is fabulous, but here comes the Knight of Swords reversed. What the heck? My brain is exploding. So this could be 2 different parts of your life, or this could be like, what is the problem? What is the thing that slows you down, right? Because with the King, you are in your full power. With the Knight of Swords reversed, there is something or some part of your life this week that did not go as quickly or as well. There was not as much integrity. There was not as much communication. There was not as much understanding. So there's definitely an up and a down on this week. And I definitely want to turn this right side up because you need the flow, Audrey. Whatever has gotten in there and stopped the flow, you need the flow. You need to be going forward with no impediment, and that is what shall happen. Cute cats lover. Cute cats lover. So here's what we do on Friday. It's so good to see you over on Twitch. Thanks so much for being here. Save that question and come back tomorrow. On Saturdays and pretty much on Sundays in a lot of ways, you can ask whatever the heck you want, especially on Saturdays. On Fridays, we do a card to wrap up the week, but I can see you have a very specific question, and you may find that the card that we pull to wrap up your week will answer your question. So let's see. For cute cats lover, I also love cute cats, but to be fair, I don't have any. I love cats that are not my own, because I can't do all this and also take care of pets. That's really what it comes down to for me. All right, here we go. Okay, yes, I think that this applies. I think this applies to your question. You're working on something. This week, you are actively working on something. And honestly, cute cats lover, maybe you're working on many things. But the energy that you're putting out and the things that you're working on will lead you to something that you want. There you go. All righty. Betty Flesher, so good to see you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a member for 4 years, and thanks for using members-only emojis. Here's a card for you. Well, not surprisingly, dear Betty, you have the moon. And, you know, on a mundane level, this card can talk about the hidden things, the dishonest things, the unsavory things. But you're not a mundane person in any way. And I'm going to ask you something very specific, Betty. I would like you to look back over this week and think about some things that may have happened, either intended or not, that really showed that your psychic awareness and ability is indeed deepening and becoming more accessible. There it is. All right. Renji, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Here we go. Monday was the world reversed. Oh, this is very interesting. So you had the world reversed and now the Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune and the World are both major arcana cards, so that's interesting. But they connect together in my mind, not through astrology, not through numerology, but through shape. They're both round. They're like, if I said to you, what are the two round major arcana cards? World and Wheel of Fortune. So in addition to whatever else we're saying about these cards, Renji, remember round, like what goes around comes around. Remember that it's never a clear line. We're always moving in circles, and that's not a bad thing. So this week, Ren, you did a good job dealing with all of the energies around you. You did a good job regarding all of the energies around you, moving with them. And the more that you move with the energies, the more the energies serve you. I realized that was super esoteric. I hope you found it helpful. Like I was all into it. All right, Baby Cake, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Here's a card for you. Queen of Pentacles. Baby Cakes, now that you're back and hopefully healing, I feel like there is going to be a focus on enjoying your home, maybe doing some cooking, all of that. And of course, this is the card that talks about the week that we're putting closure to. But I feel like that's what you've been doing. You've been grounding into being home, healing, and then also looking forward to what comes next, which is likely a job. Febborn, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Interesting. Page of Cups reversed. So this card upright was our collective card today, so it's powerful that you got it, but it's weird that it's reversed. This week, I feel like something or someone, internally or externally, something or someone didn't hear your voice, didn't appreciate your voice, or you didn't feel comfortable sharing your voice. And I just want you to be empowered to know the power of your voice and to share it. That's really the thing right there. All right. Nalini Kalu. Nalini Kalu, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 3 years. Thanks for using members only emojis. 8 of Pentacles reversed. Like there is this sense, and I think it maybe really came up for you this week. I do not want to be on this Ferris wheel anymore. Get me off. Like you are really looking for a change. And I think that's what it's going to take to really make that change happen. So I think this was a frustrating week for you, but that I think that frustration will serve you in giving birth to the next thing. Jenna Perkins, so good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you. Thank you for using members only emojis and of course for being a member. I had the 3 of Swords on Monday and I have really been working on my healing. Let's see what comes up next. Damn straight you have. The Hierophant. And I think not only have you been working on your healing, you've been using like the techniques and seeing the authorities that you need to do so that not only will you heal, you will become an authority to help others heal. That's what it's all about, my friend. All right. Barbie Bird, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 2 years. Thanks for using members only emojis. We're going to do you and Michelle, Mix You Ear. Mix You Ear is also a member. We appreciate both of you so much. Okay, here we go. Barbie. Okay. For you. Oh, this is interesting, Barbie. You started with the 7 of Wands. And now the 5 of Pentacles reversed. And what I'm going to say about these 2 cards together for you for the week, Barbie, is basically that it's not easy. This was not an easy week, but you mastered it, and you mastered it in a way that will create new opportunities for you. So you're doing the hard things to move yourself forward. That's the thing. Michelle started with Judgment. And now the Hanged One reversed. So I think this is extraordinarily interesting. 2 major arcana cards, so a big deal. Judgment, putting closure to the past. I'm not turning this right side up because we like this reversal. Hanged One reversed. As we put closure to the past with Judgment, we get the power to move forward. We are no longer held up. We are no longer hung by our feet. We're turned right side up and moving forward. And so this is about you finding your ways to personal empowerment and personal healing. Very well done. Okay. Claire C., so good to see you. And I thank you so much. First of all, Claire, thanks for being a member for 4 years. And thank you for the super chat, which says, we are grateful for your time and thoughtfulness. Well, thank you. And I'm grateful to you and everyone who spends time here with me. It would be pretty lonely if y'all weren't here. So thanks, right back at you. Thank you so much. Claire C., here's this card again, this 7 of Pentacles, which we know is problematic in the way it's been interpreted throughout history. Wide disparity. What I'm going to say for you, Claire, is whatever it is you're trying to do, you worked on it this week. You worked hard on it this week. And I feel like that brings you good results. So what I want to say is good job this week. You were working hard on something and it serves you. All right, Teresa. Okay, Teresa, y'all didn't see this because it was off cam, but you definitely have a jumper. I have no idea what it is, but as I went to shuffle, this just jumped out of the pack. So this is your card, Teresa. Teresa, thanks for being a member for more than 3 years. Thanks for being a moderator. Thanks for using members only emojis. You started out with the world reversed, and now you have the 8 of Swords jumping at you. Fabulous. So it feels like everything in the world is coming at you right here, right now, to try to make you feel anxious. Breathe, recognize the feelings, recognize whatever the reality is behind the feelings, but don't give that too much energy, because I feel like everything that's going on here long term is about releasing anxiety. But you have to know it to get rid of it. So I feel like a lot of what's coming up for you is part of a healing crisis, accent on the word healing. DH, so good to see you. Thank you for being here. Hope you're doing great. Thanks for being a member for more than 2 years. We appreciate you. You're not the first one to get this. This is Magician reversed. This week, communication may have been difficult. This week, you may have felt like you don't have what you need to do what you need to do. Whatever's causing that, let's turn this right side up to recognize that you are always the initiate learning, and you are always the initiator creating your path. Nothing can change that. Hey, I'm just going to hop on over to Vertical for a minute. Shirley Meador, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. On Fridays, we do a card to wrap up your week. So it's really talking about this week, but it may answer your question as well. Queen of Cups, I think it does answer your question, and here's how I'm going to do it. I feel like this week you have really been trying to fill your own cup. And you have to fill your own cup in order to be able to pour it out for others. The question you are interested in is about business and wanting business improvement. I feel like you've done this week what you need to do to make that happen, especially internally. So well done. And Shirley, it's so nice to see you. Thanks for your kind words. Okay, Joyous Oceans, so good to see you. Thanks for being here, Dion. Thanks for being a member for more than 2 years, and thanks for using members only emojis. All right, we're going to do wrap-up cards for you and Jada. You had the Page of Swords, and now the 8 of Cups, and these two cards are at war with each other. The Page of Swords is just moving forward, creating, communicating, doing. The 8 of Cups is stuck, reversed, is stuck. Am I doing it right? Am I doing the right thing? Am I doing the right thing? The Page of Swords knows that you are. So the voice within you that is asking you if you're doing the right thing is a holdover from the past and does not serve you. It needs to go away. I mean, we all have that voice, and we, to varying degrees, but that's what we're working on, right? All right, Jada had the High Priestess. I love that. And now the 3 of Pentacles reversed. It's like you get the concept, but doing the work is harder. You understand what you need to do, but doing those practical things, taking the practical actions, much harder. Do it anyway. Do it anyway. This week, I think you struggled with that somewhat, but do it anyway. Over on Twitch. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, Soulfire Angel on Twitch. I'm looking for you. I don't see you, but I know you're here. I'm told you're here. Where are you? Give me a second. I'm just looking for you. There you are. There you are. I found you. Thanks to the control room for calling my attention. Soulfire Angel, it is so good to see you. Thanks for being here. We appreciate you. Here is a card for you, and this is wrapping up your week. What you did this week was good. I think you made your voice heard where it needed to be heard. I think you put closure to some things, and you may have received from yourself or from someone else indication that you have done good work. One way or the other, this is your indication that you've done good work, so well done. All right. Thanks for being here. Jeannie Mnuchin, thanks for being here. We appreciate you. Thanks for being a member for more than 4 years. I'm going to do you next. Astro Ascension Tarot, since you're on your way to work, I'm going to go ahead and put you in. Astro Ascension Tarot. The world reversed, and I love that this is not an astrological deck. Astro Ascension Tarot is an astrologer, and look, we've got the constellations. I love that. But here's the thing, Astro Ascension Tarot, I think you feel like you didn't get enough done this week. You put a lot of pressure on yourself. I feel like you will get more done and be happier with it. If you recognize that you're doing great, you're doing everything you need to do, and I'm not saying that to blow smoke up your butt. I'm saying that because it's true. There you go. There you go. Okay. Hope you caught that. If not, you can come back and get the replay. All right. Back to Jeannie Mnuchin. So good to see you. Thanks for being here. Your Monday card was the Star reversed. And now the Ace of Pentacles, and I can't help but see this big star, you know, the pentacle coming out at us. I feel like you're on your way, you know, and I feel like it's sort of like, okay, I'm on my way, I guess. It's been hard, but I feel like this week you have found some things to ground yourself into, and you have found some rays of hope that are going to be enough to hang on to, keep you grounded and keep you moving forward. So well done. Karina Morrison, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. We appreciate you. This week was crazy, and Monday you had Judgment reversed. And now you have the Six of Pentacles reversed. And I think that this has been, unfortunately, a bit of a theme, not just this week, but generally speaking, where, again, unfortunately, it feels as though you're not getting what you deserve, you know, whether that's in a larger universal sense or just literally in mundane transactions. You're not getting what you deserve. And I feel like that is hard, and it feels hard. I feel like a lot of this has to, I feel like this is a hard thing to turn around, but let's turn it around, obviously. And the key is, do not lean into resentment, lean into remedy. Do not lean into resentment, lean into remedy. All right. Cassandra Revelta, good to see you. Thanks for being a member for more than 3 years. We're going to wrap up you, your mother, and Gemini Sun. Okay, and your mom, of course, is Raquel and also a member here. Gemini Sun is a moderator. All right, Cassandra, for you. Wrapping you up, you're not the first person to get this, with the Wheel of Fortune. I do love this. Yes, what a week. But the thing is, in broad strokes, it may have been a hard week. But I think we can recognize for you, Cassandra Revelta, In broad strokes, things are moving in the right direction. And that's the thing you want to remember no matter what. All right. For your mom, Raquel, man, there is that Seven of Pentacles once again. Definitely stalking us. So with the Seven of Pentacles, for you, Raquel, I feel like you did what you had to do this week. You did everything you could. Maybe you're happy with the results, maybe you're not, but you're clean. You did everything you had to do and you did everything you could. That's the bottom line. Now for Gemini Sun, the Seven of Swords reversed. Maybe not comfortable, but you've learned some stuff. And you've learned some stuff about what you can trust and what you can't trust, and that's important to note. That will help you. All right. GM Marcus, so good to see you. Thanks for being a member. Hope you're doing great. 8 of Wands reversed on Monday. 2 of Pentacles now. So you worked through it. Like, it just feels like this week you were just like slogging through. Like, the image I have in my mind is like digging a really big hole. Not for a bad reason, for a good reason, but just this idea of slogging through and getting stuff done. And I know that you're having to scramble about something as well. I remember that. So I feel like you're doing the scramble. And it's all appropriate. It'll get you to where you need to go, even though it's not that comfortable. All right. Soulfire Angel, thank you very much. Linda McCormick, good to see you. You are in the queue. Helen, you're in the queue. Good to see you. And Lumen, good to see you. You are also in the queue. We go now to Lisa E. All right, we're going to do for you, Lisa, you and your daughter, Jenna. You got Wheel of Fortune reversed and now the Ace of Swords reversed. I wonder if you got blindsided by something. Like, it could be a small thing, something you weren't expecting, or something that revealed something that you did not know. I feel like you learned new truth this week. Whether it is a spiritual truth or a mundane truth, I do not know. But you learned it, and whatever that is, I think keeping that to your heart will be helpful. And Jenna got the Fool, which I love, but now Strength reversed. So both major arcana cards. You are clearly at a really big and important time in your life. Like, that is really real. But here's the thing. There are ways that it's exciting and fun. There are ways that it's scary, and there are ways that it is irritating AF. And all of those things are true. Do not lean into the irritation. That's the key. All right, Martha Vink, so good to see you. Thanks for being a member for more than a year. Thanks for using members only emojis. You started with that Seven of Pentacles that is stalking us today. All right, you started with Seven of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles reversed. Why do I feel like you haven't gotten everything done that you wanted to get done, or that this was frustrating? I'm so sorry. Let's turn this right side up and continue to support you on your journey to do the things. That's what, like, that's the name of this time for you right now, Martha Vink. Do the things. But the things will serve you and will serve others and will serve the higher power. So, you know, what are you going to do? Okay, Christine Hallowell, you're up next. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than a year, and thanks for using members only in Thanks for using members only emojis. Can I speak? Maybe. Let's see. Okay, you had the Queen of Pentacles on Monday, and now Justice. Do you love that there's a mirror in Justice? I absolutely do. I absolutely do. So Queen of Pentacles and Justice together, I think that's really great. Whether that's about a job, about martial arts practice, about being a mom, about anything you're doing in your life, You're doing it in a grounded and nurturing way, and you're making sure it's balanced and fair for all. Very well done. Good job. All right. Karen Hendershot, I hope you're doing great. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 2 years. We really appreciate you. Monday, you had the Magician reversed. And now the Nine of Swords reversed. I feel like while there is healing and improvement, you're looking for more healing and improvement than has happened so far. And the important thing here is do not be discouraged. You are moving forward and will continue to do things. You'll continue to move forward. It is hard, it is long, but you're doing it. Oh, Martha Vink, thanks for being a member and thanks for this feedback. Very true on both counts. Didn't get things done and some frustration, so it goes. Yeah, there it is. Antoinette, you are in the queue. In fact, you're next. Antoinette, you are literally next. Here we are. Thank you for your patience. I appreciate you. All right, here we go. Antoinette. 5 of Swords reversed. 5 of Swords reversed. Antoinette, you did a good job this week. Maybe working with some difficult people or difficult situations, finding outcomes that work for everyone. Well done. Oh my goodness, Karen Hendershot, you just applied for a mortgage today, sending you all kinds of congratulations and good luck in all the things. Good job. Okay. My big question is, and where are you planning to buy? That's my question, is the where of it. Okay. Up next, Jazzy J, the Tarot Mage Game Cat. So good to see you. Happy Fun Friday to everyone in chat and Christiana. Well, same to you. You had the Emperor reversed on Monday. So good to see you, Jazzy J. Okay, you had the Emperor reversed on Monday and now the Page of Swords. Look at you. I feel like you're really finding your voice and you're finding your truth and you're recognizing your intelligence and you're learning to trust all of those things. It's a good thing. Tharanaya, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. We appreciate you. Here we go. Tharanaya, you get judgment. Whatever you did this week, you did well. I think you communicated well, and I think you're doing a good job being kind to yourself and putting the past in the past so you can move forward. It's a great thing. Oh my goodness, Pat Rainville. I feel like I haven't seen you in forever. I'm so happy to see you. Thanks for being here. And it's your birthday. Go, Shorty. It's your birthday. Oh my goodness. Happy birthday. Thank you for being here. Everyone say happy birthday to Pat. All right, here we go. Pat Rainville. King of Pentacles. So, you know, we can't say anything bad about that. Can't go wrong with that. I feel like you are in a place of stability and leadership. I feel like you are building your financial wealth. You are building your health. I feel like you're taking care of everything in terms of money, business, well-being, home, and all that sustains. Well done. Happy birthday. All right. Linda McCormick, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. All right, and I really appreciate your question. On Saturdays, we ask specific questions. On Fridays, we do a card to sort of put closure to the week ahead. I'm sorry, to put closure to the week that just happened. Would have to be real psychic to put closure to the week ahead, wouldn't we? Okay, so on Fridays, we pull one card to wrap up the week, but Your question is really about the past 3 years. But then also about the year going forward. I'm just going to pull the card. You may find that this answers some of that question, but do feel free to come back tomorrow and ask the full question. So, Linda McCormick, 4 of Wands reversed. I mean, there's a reason. There's a reason that you're feeling off balance, and it has to do with lack of support. Whether you're not supporting yourself, whether you have someone in your life who should be a support to you but is not, whether you are lacking community or the people around you are not treating you right. That seems to be what this is about. It could be even the trauma from that. Like this could already be over, but you have trauma from it. So I think that's really what's going on. And I think if you can sort of deal with that, you will find things going forward will be so much better. All right, Helen 895, so good to see you. Thank you for being a member, and thanks for using members only emojis. We really appreciate you. 3 of Pentacles reversed. Something did not go the way you wanted it to this week. Might have been related to work or something that you are working on. I'm going to say don't take that too hard. I feel like going forward, all will be well. It just feels like it was a bit of a tough week. I feel like you can't let this shake your confidence. That's the bottom line. All right, Lumen, so good to see you. Thank you for being a member. We really appreciate you. Thanks for being a member for a year. Your Monday card was the 3 of Pentacles reversed, which is the card I just pulled for someone else. How fun is that? Okay, but now we have the Emperor reversed. Lumen, I feel like you're going through that period of time. Like if I remember correctly, you're working a job and also have opened a business. I think there's something like that going on. And I feel like whatever's going on here, you're in that space of mind, if you will. You're in that mind space where it feels like too much, and it feels like it's not going to work, and it feels scary, and it feels like a lot is pulling on you. Stick to it. Everything will be fine. Stick to it. Everything will be fine. That is the bottom line here. Just stick to it. All right. All right. Let's see. Okay. From my perspective, we have come to last call. All right. It is last call for readings, everybody. I want to thank you all so much for being here. If I accidentally skipped you, that was certainly not my intent. But if I did, now's the time to let me know, because it's last call. I want to thank all of you for being here. Special shout out to the members, the moderators, the new followers, new subscribers. Rebecca, I see you. Thanks for being here. Rebecca Dusk, thanks for being a member. Wrapping up your week with the 8 of Wands. Look, okay, isn't this great? When tarot shows up in real time, Rebecca just swooped in at the end. And this is an energy that just swoops in. Rebecca, even though there's a lot going on in your life that is driving you a little nuts, you just let the energy flow this week. You did a good job with the energy this week. You are getting things done, and Spirit is working with you. Well done. Really, really appreciate that. Thank you so much. All right. Why am I thanking you for that? Well, I'm thanking you for being here, but I'm also thanking you for being a good example of what it is for a divine or a spiritual person to be going through things in their own life, but to just keep going and doing what you need to do. So that. All right, my friends, some things. I do have openings this weekend. There's a link to book. Go ahead and book. That's number 1. Number 2, I will be back tomorrow, 12:30 Eastern Time, with your Saturday Psychic Sampler, where you can ask any question at all that you would like to ask. So please do join us for that. A real big shout out to those people helping out with super chats and super stickers. Thank you so much for being part of this. Oh, Rebecca Dusk, thank you so much. And yes, there was progress this week. Hallelujah. All right, my friends, thank you so much. I will look forward to seeing you soon. Take really good care.